Before the Russia minus Ukraine peace talks even begin, a legal battle between Russia and Ukraine has already broken out. According to reports from multiple media outlets including TISS and Sputnik on December 9, the press service of the Russian Prosecutor General's office officially announced on Monday that the Russian Prosecutor General's office has approved an indictment for a criminal case alleging genocide committed by Ukraine's military and political leadership. In this indictment, as many as 41 Ukrainian military and political figures are accused of committing genocide in Donbass, including Oleksandr Svyrsky, the current commander-in chief of the Ukrainian armed forces, Petro Poroshenko, Ukraine's former president, and Rustem Umerovy, Ukraine's national security advisor. The Prosecutor General's office stated that relevant materials of the case have been transferred to the Supreme Court of the Donetsk region for further trial. Even though these accused Ukrainian military and political figures are evading investigation, they have been placed on an international wanted list and subject to in-absentia arrest. A Russian Prosecutor General's office official also stated that Russian authorities have issued arrest warrants for all 41 Ukrainian officials mentioned in the indictment, and the Basmanny District Court of Moscow has ordered their in-absentia pre-trial detention. In other words, once these individuals are arrested by Russian law enforcement officers, they can be extradited back to Russia, where the interrogation and sentencing procedures will be completed quickly, followed by transfer to prison to serve their sentences. Interestingly, Volodymyr Zelensky, Ukraine's current president, did not appear on the blacklist of accused individuals. Russia has not provided a specific reason for this. It is learned that just last Friday, the International Court of Justice made an official ruling on the dispute between Russia and Ukraine regarding the case under the Convention on Punishment of the Crime of Genocide. Russia's counterclaim against Ukraine is admissible, and Ukraine's request to dismiss the counterclaim has been rejected. This also means that Russia has achieved a temporary victory in the genocide dispute with Ukraine. And the indictment list made public by the Russian Prosecutor General's office is Moscow's follow-up strike against Ukraine while riding the momentum of victory, consolidating the accusation of Ukraine's genocide crimes in the court of public opinion. It is learned that as early as February 26, 2022, just 2 days after Russia launched its offensive against Ukraine, Ukraine formally sought legal support from the International Court of Justice and accused Russia of waging war with the purpose of committing genocide. For its part, Russia has insisted that it was Ukraine that first committed genocide against the people of Donbass, and that Russia only took action to protect the people. Since then, the two countries have accused each other of genocide, and the dispute has continued to this day at the legal level. The Brookings Institution points out that the reason Moscow filed a counterclaim against Ukraine is, on the one hand, counter Ukraine's unfounded accusations. On the other hand, it is to leverage the principle of duality in law. Legal professor Tom Baum points out that if Ukraine refuses third-party investigations into the alleged genocide, while unilaterally accusing Moscow, then Ukraine will face accusations of double standards and hypocrisy on the international stage and damage the international credibility of institutions such as the International Criminal Court and the United Nations. This is unacceptable to the international community. As the saying goes, if Ukraine expects Russia to abide by international rules prohibiting war crimes, then Ukraine itself must also abide by these rules. Now, with the United States taking the lead in proposing a war-ending plan, Ukraine and Russia are at a critical moment where they have the opportunity to launch peace talks. This means that the legal battle between Ukraine and Russia will enter an even more intense phase. After all, everyone wants to gain more moral leverage in the possible peace negotiations in the future.